Can you guys hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. I was asking you, Leon, what is it you don't want me to ask you? But I'll leave.
Oh, and you started laughing. So I didn't hear you ask the question, but I saw you laughing. I was like,
Oh man.
and I noticed you got Honolulu behind you. Did you enjoy that book?
Yes, I did. I enjoyed the last interview we did about that too. That was great.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Well, good
I
seeing
have
you again, James.
It's great seeing you two again, Mark Harmon and Leon Carroll Jr. Of course, he's talking about the book behind me, Ghost of Honolulu. Now they have Ghost of Panama. Let's talk about that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start off with you, Leon.
Okay.
Tell us about Ghost of Panama.
Well, Ghost of Panama follows a special agent by the name of Rick Yell in 1988, 1989. Actually, he got there in 86, and he started working a source that we refer to in the book as the old man. And actually, that's how we referred to him when we were working him. And he had access to Noriega's inner circle and through family and friends, and gave us a lot of information about what was going on with different connections, some of which was classified at the time, but you'll see that in the book. And the real key thing about this book is that it profiles a guy who, is kind of a regular guy. Rick Yell is just your normal guy from Tennessee, actually. And he was the lead investigator on a murder case. We had a first lieutenant Marine type who was killed at a checkpoint, and he was with four other people just coming back from dinner, and a Navy SEAL and his wife witnessed that from the car behind, and they were arrested and treated pretty poorly by the Panamanian Defense Force. And that word, through our agents, made it through, got all the way up to the highest levels of government, and our president at that time, George Herbert Walker Bush, made the decision to invade Panama.
Mark, before I get started with you, first thing I want to say is congratulations. The National Football Foundation awarding you the gold medal. I have to
Wow.
congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Oh,
Congratulations. I
thanks.
didn't know that either.
Talk about your collaboration with Mark on this particular book. We talked about the last one, and I keep teasing you guys. I'm still waiting on the movie to come out.
Well, if you got the money, I'm sure Mark will hook you up to producing it. So, but no, the collaboration on this was kind of a personal gift to me, actually. Um, I had wanted to tell this story from the very beginning, even before Honolulu, actually, but we chose to do Honolulu because it sets up what the organization was historically, and it allows, the readers now to understand when we're talking about NIS, ONI, NCIS, we're actually talking about the same agency. But I worked with these guys either in Panama or some other place. I trained with Rick Yell, so I know every player in this book. And that's so much different from the first book where I didn't even know the protagonist, never heard of the protagonist in that book. And that was done all through research. So this is a different thing and more personal for me.
Mark, what's it like working with Leon, not only after the television series, but on these two books?
It's been great. Leon was introduced as a technical advisor when I first joined the show, and it made sense to me to get inside his head as fast as possible and ask him questions every day, which I did, and I'm sure I bothered him. But there wasn't a day that went by that I wasn't talking to him about something that he did or how he might do it or what he might choose to do in a certain situation. And I believe that's kind of where the friendship formed, but it was an everyday friendship for 20-something years. And I always thought that there was a story to tell here. It was how the show originally came to me, that it was going to be based on original cases, and then TV becomes TV and it becomes something else. But Leon and I never forgot about that, and always thought that to give these individuals an opportunity to talk about something that they never talked about, and also were never asked, that's been rewarding, and these stories have come out of that, and there's a lot of stories to tell. So this is the second in a series, and we've always looked at this as one of could be many. And we're happy with the success of the first, so here we are again.
Mark, how amazed are you at some of these stories that you've been hearing and you're involved in?
How amazed?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an eye opener, always, and maybe that's the part of it that is the most intriguing to me, because it's stuff that in most cases you think you know, for example, about Operation Just Cause, or maybe you know something about Noriega, but you don't know anything at all. And when you start reading, this book, and that's the part that has been rewarding, and Leon is a huge part of that, and also the individuals who personally now, I mean, I don't personally know Rick Yell, but I don't personally know the old man, but I know him as a character, and to be able to kind of be let into that door has been something I've never experienced, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy my friendship with him, and in some ways for me it feels like giving back.
We're talking with Mark Harmon and Leon Carroll Jr. about their second book, Ghost of Panama. It's always interesting talking to them. The last thing I'm going to say is, because I know they're both athletes, both played football. Guys, we're getting towards the end. Any thoughts on who may win the collegiate?
Oh, probably Oregon in the FBS, but I'm a Bison. North Dakota State, Carson Wentz, Trey Lance, Easton Stick.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. North Dakota Bison, they're always up there. Mark, what's your prediction?
Listen, there's a lot of good teams out there. Right now, Oregon is the one everybody's looking at, and that's what happens when you're in that slot, But anything can happen. It's college football. That's what makes it exciting, and that's what changes it every year, and sometimes every weekend.
I think there's something that these guys are not telling us because they get all this information. I really believe that Leon is not retired like he says he is, and Mark's sneaking in as a little secret agent 007. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. I appreciate it.
All righty, James. Thanks for having us.